Hello, welcome friend. I am RM Guru, working as assistant professor in civil engineering department. I am dealing with town and urban planning, and this is module number 2 and lecture number 1. In this video lecture we are going to see the town planning basics, name of eminent town planners and their contribution, and town planning concept. This slide refers to contribution of the eminent town planners. Therefore, the entire discussion of the subject of town planning remains uncompleted without the work of these famous people who gave some of the basic and most extraordinary concepts in town planning. These are the concepts that are still contributing towards making the better quality of city life for community. This slide refers to town planning basics. The goal of planning is creating convenient, equitable, healthy, efficient and attractive environment. It considers the key aspect of city such as physical environment, social environment and economic environment. In the physical environment, it considers location, its climate and its proximity to sources of food and water. In social environment, includes the group of cities residents belong to the neighborhoods in which they live. Whereas in case of economic environment, the retention and expansion of existing local businesses are considered. This slide refers to the eminent town planners, namely Ebenezer Howard. He has developed the Garden City. Raymond Unwin and Barry Parker. He has contributed Letchworth City. Then Clarence Perry, Clarence Ten. He has introduced the neighborhood unit and urban city plan. Then Patrick Giddens, he has introduced the concept of survey before plan. Then Patrick Abercrombie, he has introduced town and country planning. Frank Lloyd Wright, he has developed broad care city. Lee Carborouge, he has worked in the sector planning of Chandigarh. Surya Mata, he has introduced the concept of linear city. Charles Correa, he has introduced the concept of community housing. Charles Mulford Robinson, he has introduced modern civic art. H.K. Mewada and P. Mapte, they have contributed in sector planning, Gandhinagar. Hello, welcome friend. I am RM Guru, working as assistant professor in civil engineering department. I am dealing with town and urban planning, and this is module number 2 and lecture number 1. Howard has put the vision while planning the city. Howard was heavily influenced by the utopian visions of Edward Bellamy and his publication Looking Backward in the year 1888. Therefore, Sir Howard is known for his publication Tomorrow, a Peaceful Path to Real Reform. During working as a town planner, Howard came across the problems and he understood the problems of the cities such as London and other cities in the 19th century, where the industrialization started and the cities were facing the problems of increased industrialization, where massive immigration from countryside to the cities was taking place with London, and this situation was unsustainable, and the political people and the parties wanted the solution to solve the problem. Therefore, by understanding the problem of cities like London, he considered the attraction of city as a magnet, with individuals represented as needles drawn to the city. He set about comparing the town and country magnets, but decided that neither were suitable attractors as per his vision. Instead, he believed that the human society and the beauty of nature are meant to be enjoyed together. Hence, giving his solution, the two magnets must be made one. Town and country must be united, and it is a place of joyous union which will spring a new life and new civilization. So in order to solve the problems, the Howard has considered the three elements of town planning, that is town, country and the people, and therefore he has considered three elements as a magnet, individual magnet, and make the points like this. Town life has a good and bad characteristics, country life has good and bad characteristics. Town country life can have all the good things about life in towns and life in the country without any of bad things. While considering the three magnet concept, he considered the two elements, namely town and country, and he considered also the positive aspect and negative aspect of town and country, in which the positive aspect he studied were social opportunity, isolation of crowds, places of amusement, chances of employment, high money wages and well states. Whereas he considered the negative aspect like lack of society, hands out of work, trespasser behavior, low wages, lack of drainage, lack of amusement, no public, need for reform, foul air and murky sky, slum and green places, costly drainage. In the three magnet concept of town and country, he considers the combination of both aspects, that is beauty of nature, peace everywhere and over the places, social opportunity and community growth, field and parks of easy access and to equal chances, low rents and high wages, low rates plenty to do, low prices no sweating, field for enterprise, flow of capital, pure air and water, good drainage, bright homes and gardens, no smoke, no slums, freedom, cooperation. This slide refers to three magnet of Howard, where the town, country and people, the three elements or magnets are shown. In this slide we are going to see what is garden city concept. A garden city is a town designed for healthy living and industry of a size that makes possible a full measure of social life, but not larger, surrounded by a rural belt, the whole of the land being in public ownership or held in the trust for community. This slide refers to town planning basics. The goal of planning is creating convenient, equitable, healthy, efficient and attractive environment. It considers the key aspect of city such as physical environment, social environment and economic environment. In the physical environment, it considers location, its climate and its proximity to sources of food and water. In social environment, includes the group of cities residents belong to the neighborhoods in which they live. Whereas in case of economic environment, the retention and expansion of existing local businesses are considered. In this slide we will see the main feature of garden city. Public building located centrally, shopping center to be located on the edge, industries to be located on the outskirts of the town, rural fresh air, gardens, play fields, cottages, etc. and amenities of urban life like school, theatres, hospitals, recreation centers, etc. are to be allocated. Land to be brought under cooperative basis. The principle of garden city were cooperative holding of land to ensure that the advantage of appreciation goes to the community, not to the individuals. Secondly, economic and social advantage of large scale planning and establishment of cities of limited size, but at the same time possessing a balanced agricultural industrial economy. Then urban decentralization as well as use of surrounding green belt to serve as agricultural recreational areas. Core principle of garden city includes strong community, ordered development, and environmental quality. So this slide belongs to the garden city example. The first garden city evolved out of Hoard's principle is Letchworth Garden City, designed by Raymond Unwin and Barry Parker in the 19th century. The second one to evolve was Welwyn Garden City, designed by Lucide Sushan and Frederick Osborne in 1920. Another example was Redburn City, designed by Clarence Stein and Henry Wright in the year 1928. This slide refers to conclusory remark about the Howard Garden City concept. Shows it is a place where genuine urban activities are carried out at human scale. The garden city introduced the use of greenbelt that have served many uses, including the preservation of agriculture and rural life, nature and heritage conservation, recreation, pollution minimization, and growth management. The garden city tradition endowed urban planning with a social and community dimension. The garden city idea, however, showed both industrial estate and collective retailing spaces could be used within a comprehensive planning approach to serve the public purposes. In this slide, we are going to study the concept of circular city. Circular city growing in a radial manner or pattern, divided into 6 equal wards by 6 main boundaries that radiated from the central park or garden. Civic institutions like town hall, library, hospital, theatre, museum, etc. are placed around the garden. The central park, included by a crystal palace, act as an arcade. The principle of garden city were cooperative holding of land to ensure that the advantage of appreciation goes to the community, not to the individuals. Secondly, economic and social advantage of large-scale planning and establishment of cities of limited size, but at the same time possessing a balanced agricultural industrial economy. Then urban decentralization as well as use of surrounding green belt to serve as agricultural recreational areas. In this video lecture, we are going to see the town planning basics, name of eminent town planners and their contribution, and town planning concept. Planning the Redburn city, we considered the residential areas, 149 acres of interior parks, walkways, 2 swimming pools, 4 tennis courts, 2 playgrounds were planned. At the same time, archery plaza, school, 2 outdoor basketball courts, a community center which houses administrative offices, libraries, gymnasium, club rooms and service rooms were planned. Some important salient feature of Redburn, New Jersey city were park as a backbone of neighborhood. Also, he considered specialized highway system, complete separation of vehicular and pedestrian traffic with 21% of road areas. The planners achieved the separation of vehicular and pedestrian traffic through the use of superblocks, cul-de-sacs and pedestrians only pathways. So the use of superblocks houses in Redburn were uniquely designed to have two fronts. The backside of the house that we would normally consider the front side faced the cul-de-sac and parking. The kitchen was normally placed in the back to provide visitor place to enter the house. The front side of the house faced toward the green spaces or parks, encouraging pedestrian traffic. This is the slide representing the typical layout of Redburn city, showing the housing blocks, parks and green belts, as well as plasma building, the shopping centers, etc. In this video lecture, we have seen the names of eminent town planner and their contribution while developing the concept in the town planning, such as the three magnet concept, garden city concept, and concept of circular city in a radial pattern. Howard has put the vision while planning the city